Hey there, this is K4A. In this video today we are going to learn how and why you can use global variables in GML visual drag and drop block, and to be more precise, how to use set global variable. In the previous video we have learned how to create temporary variable, which is called also local variable, how those local variables differ from classic variables in terms of scope, limit, how you can approach them, how you can use them so they are connected to one event only or one function, loop, or whatever you use in your game, so other events cannot reach them and use them, like with classic variables or other objects and instances. They are very limited and they are used for one purpose only, for some kind of short calculation or something like that. Completely opposite of that is something which is called global variable, and as its name says, and this icon here which represents, like I think Earth, like global Earth, these variables, they are seen by every other object in projects, so they belong to project, not to some concrete object or instance in terms of limit. So you use them when you want to define something which is important and very important to everyone, and you want every other object to be able to access this. Completely opposite of local, which is, as its name says, limited to local event. This variable wants to be visible by everyone and reachable, so let's see that in practice. In our previous video we have created some object player white square on our screen, and these circles which represent gold coins with different numbers. We have used some kind of temporary local variable to define the position of that coin, and classic variable for the value. So why and where can I use this global variable? So as I just said in a few minutes ago, you use them when you want to make some variable which is important and seen by everyone else. In games, that's mostly score, lives, health of the player, and so on. So something which will change and something which you want to see all the time on the screen because it is important to player, to game, and also you want to be that reachable by other objects, players, enemies, and so on. So for example, if player health is global variable, you want enemy object, enemy instance to be available to change it. So one instance of enemy changes the global variable player health, which is, for example, on player object. Other example could be, for example, a global variable for score. So you want score to be created when player kills enemy. So again, enemy should be able to access that score global variable and change it, but also you want player to create score when, for example, he finishes the level, when he collects some items and so on. So different items, different objects can all access that global variable. In our case, I want, for example, to make some variable which will be global and which will be used to represent the number of coins on the screen which is collected by the player. So far we have made our player move left and right, made coins on the screen, but player cannot collect them yet. So I want to make variable which will show how many coins, or to be more precise, how many value of coins player collected. And to do that, where should I put that variable? I could put it in player, for example, if it's a smaller game, so player coins collected or something like that variable, and that will work. That would work for our game because it's very simple, one level only, example level. But for more complex game, you want to make some kind of manager. We have learned that before, obj game manager, here it is. But I want to make for this room variable test, I want to make manager for this specific room. So I will create new object, objects folder, right click, create object, and call it obj underscore mngr for manager and var for variable. So it's obj mngr var. So this obj manager variable, I will put it in my room, although it doesn't have sprite. I don't need sprite. It's like some kind of manager for the game. It will show up my coins, my score, and so on, so it doesn't have specific sprite. And I want to add which event. I want to define a variable. It makes sense to do that in create event, and I want to create or set a global variable. Again, that variable will represent coins. It will be global, so I will call it VG for variable global, and that is only how I have decided to call it. You can call it whatever you want. The whole idea here is that I have used v underscore for classic variable, vt underscore for variable temp, so it makes sense to use vg for variable global. And I will call it simply coins, because it will represent how many coins player collected. You can call it coins collected, coins sum, whatever you want. Value is 0. I want to my value to start with 0 because player starts with 0 coins, and I want to show that on the screen, so I have to add draw draw self. I don't need that because I don't have sprite. I want to draw some kind of value. Which value? VG coins, and I want that value to be printed on my top left corner, 0 0. That looks good. I will just delete caption maybe. No, I have a problem. Variable is not set before reading it. Okay, why is that so? Let me check it again, because yeah, my fault, but actually it will work. It will work for us to understand better the difference between GML and drag and drop blocks. So you see that I have used the name which I have created here, VG coins. So why doesn't this work? And I have said before, this variable is even more powerful than classic variable and temp variable. You can reach it from everywhere. And now in my example, I cannot reach it from my object where I have created that variable. Why is that so? The problem here is, as much as I know, that because this variable is global variable and it has to be declared with global name before the name. You have to type global, but that's for GML, GameMaker language. For drag and drop, you don't have to do that. In terms of when you set global variable, it's enough to call it whatever you want, but you have to remember later when you call it that you want to access it by this global VG coins. So you see, when I type VG, I will zoom it so you can see it better. I will type VG as I try to reach this guy here. I try to reach VG coins. I need that variable to show on the screen. So VG, and from the moment I type VG, GameMaker says, okay, do you want to access this variable here, global VG coins? I haven't created that, right? I have created VG coins, but actually that's it. That's VG coins variable. It's only called global. The GameMaker gave it itself global VG coins prefix because we have created it as global. So you have to be careful to call it as global underscore, not underscore, sorry, dot VG coins or whatever you have named. So this is the name which I have used, VG coins, but again GameMaker added some global dot prefix. That will happen always when you set global variables. Don't worry, don't be afraid, that's normal. And now it should work, I think. Now we would have a 0, caption 0 in my left top corner, so I will change, instead of caption I will type coins. So coins, that's cool, but that doesn't work yet in terms of I cannot collect my coins, I cannot change that value, so let me fix that. I want to say, to code, sorry, this. First I have to say it. When my player white square touches or collides with yellow circle or gold coin, I want to raise my coin number, which is defined here as global variable VG coins, or to be more precise, global VG coins. And I want to do what else? I want my coins to disappear when that collision happens. So I have to check for collisions, and I can do it on either one or two places. First place would be object player, so I can check collision on it, or I can check collision on coins. I think it makes sense more to check collision on coins, so I will find my obj coin var, which I use for this example. I will add event collision. Collision with which object? I need to find obj player 2. You see how this already looks crazy, although it's example projects, it's not really that much complex, but because we have added so many things, it looks already really cluttered and messy. So object player 2, what do I want to do when my golden coin collides with obj player 2? I want to change, as we said, this guy here, global variable. So I will use set global variable. Which variable? Again, VG coins. I try to type VG coins. GameMaker helps me and he says, okay, it's not VG coins, it's global VG coins. Yeah, okay. I want to add how many coins when collision happens. Let's try first with 1, and let's check, I think, relative here too, because if I don't check relative, every time my value will stay 1, and when I check relative it will add 1 plus 1 plus 1, so it adds relatively to the value before. So I will try with value 1 just to show you the difference for all of you who didn't watch that earlier. So that's one thing, we need to set global variable. The other thing is to maybe, to change set global variable. Vcoin value relative, destroy. Do we have to destroy instance? Destroy instance. I think so. It makes sense. That's it, I think. Let me try this now if this works. Stop running current project. Yes. Okay. Oh, they're all here now on my left. So check out now the coins, which is already 1. I don't know why, but yeah, it doesn't make much sense. This will be better. So yeah, it makes sense actually. Sorry, I have told GameMaker here to change the value to 1 in this global variable, and that's what GameMaker did. The value is yeah, because now I'm just clicking here like crazy, so it's messy. I don't want to confuse you, sorry, but yeah. So I told GameMaker, okay, I want to change my global VG coins to 1, then stay like that. Even if I touch those guys here, they will disappear. Okay, but the value is 1. Now it should start with 0 and set variable global variable VG coins to +1 only if I touch those. So it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It works. And again, am I talking too much? Yeah, 16 minutes. I hope this made sense in terms of what we have done here. I will zoom out to explain it easier. We have created obj manager here, obj manager var, which checks how many coins this player connected. So it's not, the code is not in this guy here, it's not in these coins here, it's in this guy here, manager. So manager has this global variable, that's all he has in its code, and he says, okay, this is global, so all of you guys can see it. Then those coins say, okay, we can see you are global, you are available to everyone, not local, not common variable, but global, so I can reach you and change you. And I will do that when I collide with obj player 2, then change the value for 1 + 1 and destroy me from the screen. So everyone can change the global variable. It's above each other, every other object, so everyone sees it. That's why it's called global. So it's used for very important variables like score, life, health, and so on. We have used it for coins, and one thing I think we can change here is also, yeah, but maybe we can do that later, not to confuse. I will do that in next video. So far so good. I think that's it, yeah, for this video. I will leave the link to set global variable official GameMaker manual page, and global variable again in general, how they are defined, what, yeah, you can see score, health, and lives, they give you those examples too. And this is GML in global variables page, but read it if you have time. You can see also that this variable can be accessed by all, and also it remains in memory until the end of the game. I'm not going to talk about it so much now, to not to confuse them, maybe later. But in general, again, all of those variables, local, temporary, or common variables, or global, they make sense. You will use them sometimes you are not going to use them. Use them when you need them, if you need them. It's simple as that. Don't be afraid of that or confused. Just experiment a little bit. You can always just delete the code you don't need or make new, and so on. Again, this is a very important concept, but it will be much understandable and simpler if you use it, try to use it, and after some time you will see how it makes sense. That's it for this video. See you in next one. Bye for now.